T-Box Talk, episode 15. My name's Andrew. Today, joined by Josh, Will, and Nikki Shanks, as always. Today, we're going to do a little bit of weekend roundup, cover the Open. It was a great Sunday, great tournament. Then we're going to get into some What Are We Watching, followed by our Bad Jokes / stand-up segment, and close it up with some Behind OMADA. And me and Josh have quite the argument to hash out during the What Are We Watching, so stay tuned for that. Nikki Shanks, how was the weekend?
It was great. I mean, I got out of my bed this weekend. Yay!
It's big. It's big.
Woo! We had a great afternoon Friday. We had some lunch, and then Saturday I went down to West Kingstown for my buddy's graduation party.
Nice.
Shout out Peyton. We never thought you'd make it. And saw a couple of my friends from Connecticut, one being Jack Woods, who just qualified for the USM.
That's sick.
So he is headed to Ridgewood in New Jersey. So good luck to him on that. But it was good to see some of the guys from school and kind of kick it back and relax a little bit. And then
Didn't you say your boy shot like a really good score in a tournament?
yeah, so one of my other buddies, Will Dixon, shout out Will. I played high school golf with him, and we just kind of played with him growing up a lot. He shot 27 under in the 4-day Waterloo Open.
Wow.
And had a nice little paycheck, and that also included the week's lowest round, which was a 61, 11
shit.
under par. So
Will Dixon.
yeah, what
Is
a guy.
he on the Corn Ferry or anything like that?
He's not yet on the Corn Ferry. He's playing some mini tours and stuff like that, but that's definitely the next step for him. So he'll probably go to Q school soon and then move on up. But he's won 3 pro tournaments in his first year, so
That's incredible.
he's doing great.
Will, I know you played Connecticut National with the Pops. How'd it go?
Good. I mean, I kicked the weekend off. Had a little sunset grinders down at the beach in South Kingston with my girlfriend and a few other friends.
Beautiful.
And there was actually, it's kind of weird. There was a sound meditation event happening with,
I saw that
with
on your
gongs.
snap.
Yeah, we can put a clip, and I was kind of blown away. It actually seemed really cool. It may be something I would do in the future. But yeah, and then Saturday played Connecticut National with my dad again. Shot a 78. So overall was pretty consistent. Not a lot of birdies, not a lot of bogeys, but shot a lot of pars. So it was a good day. Weather was good. It was actually funny. I was telling you earlier we had the sort of a Ranger starter issue where the guy wanted to check my cooler. He noticed my cooler. I've brought a cooler out on that course before. And he said, I noticed your cooler. We check coolers. What do you have in the cooler? And I said, fuck it. I'm just going to be honest. So I said, beer. And he goes, okay. How many beers? And I said, well, I got 6 in there. I've got 14 beers and some nips in there. But I figured honesty is key. So after I said 6 beers, he said, okay, one more question. Are you at least going to buy a beer or 2 from the cart girl? I said, of course, we always do. So he said, okay, good, you're fine. So that was my first interaction where they called me out for having a cooler. I told them I had alcohol in it, and they still let me go out on the course. So I thought that was a nice, happy medium with usually they make you dump it out and shit. Or
So you caught a cool Ranger Rick, is what you're saying.
he was kind of cool. He was kind of a dick, but I mean, he let us go out with the alcohol, and I was like, you know what? I was honest, and it paid off for us. So that was fun. And then Sunday, you know how some people have these Sunday resets where they do laundry, they clean their apartment.
Yeah,
I'm starting my own Sunday reset where you wake up at 9 o'clock in the morning and you don't get out of bed until Monday morning. 24 hours. I think I left the house for 2 hours on Sunday. So it was an entire day in bed. But it was nice. I don't get to do that often. So it was a fun little treat.
I dig it. I've definitely been there before. Me, it's a pretty simple weekend. My dog just got his ACL repaired because he tore it. So in those first few days, you have to 24/7 monitor them. So I was just chilling with the dogs all weekend, just making sure he didn't do anything crazy. But I did get into a new type of video game that I'm really excited about. It's called The Quarry. It's pretty much a horror movie, but you play as the characters. So it's a 9-hour game. But you make decisions that can change the outcome.
That's fire.
And there's 150 different outcomes
That's really
for
cool.
the game.
Damn.
And you control the players, and you can go find clues and shit. And it's awesome. I have a few.
It says horror.
Yeah, it's horror.
Problem with those games,
They're scary. It's scary.
yeah, it gets too real. I played that game. Is the Jason Voorhees game?
Yeah. It's kind of similar.
Yeah, and I played that game, and I'm not kidding. Within probably 10 minutes, I actually felt like I was being chased by a serial killer. Like I literally like you're playing the character running away from Jason, and he's just in the woods somewhere, and it's just too real.
It is.
You know what I mean?
And if you play with headphones on and like you can hear the ominous music that they pipe
Yeah,
in,
it's
it makes it so
the music.
scary.
The music was what did it for me. Was like you know what? That's one of those games too. Like you just cannot play before you're like going to sleep. You know what I mean?
Oh, dude, I was playing this game at night, like downstairs. I turned all the lights off intentionally. I put my headphones on and cranked them. I wanted to like get all the way into it, and it's awesome. I'm so excited to finish it up. And it's like one of those things you can go back and play over and over again because you can do different decisions that like make totally different outcomes. So it's really cool. The
Is
game
it solo or is it?
Yeah, you can play it co-op, but apparently the co-op doesn't work very well. I don't know why. I don't even like playing the game through. It's like I don't understand how you can play co-op. So
How much was it?
it was on sale for like $40. That's why I got it. It's called The Quarry. It's really good. I highly recommend it if you're into like that scary edge of your seat type game.
Or just something fucking new, man.
It's cool. It's like watching a 9-hour horror movie that you get to control. Like, cause like you can try to keep everyone alive, and I thought I was doing that. I was like playing the game. I was like, I think I'm doing really good. Like I'm making all the right decisions, and then I made a decision, got 2 people killed immediately, and I was like, fuck. And you can't like go back. Like you can't just like go back. Like I'm going to do the other thing now. Like you got to just play out the rest of the story, start over if you want to later.
Oh my god.
So it's like really cool.
That's dope.
And then I think I burned an hour of my life watching Jon Snow highlights on YouTube. What? And I don't know why I wanted to do it, but I wanted to do it.
What the fuck are you even talking about? You watch highlights of from Game of Thrones?
I watched an hour-long compilation of the best moments of Jon Snow.
Oh my god. Hey, for everybody listening and before our argument, this is exactly what I'm dealing with here. This is the kind of fucking guy that watches content and comes back and gives us reviews. A man who will sit there and watch an hour and a half of Jon Snow fucking recap fucking highlight clips like a Tom Brady reel.
Move on, Colucci. Game of Thrones is over.
They fucked me, dude. All right, but I had a boring weekend. Josh, how are you?
No, I had an interesting weekend. I kind of started it off trying to think that I was gonna go do that Hobbit experience where you like sit down, get like it's like a Scotch tasting, and then like they do like a Hobbit style dinner. Lord of the Rings is themed. It's in Massachusetts, but we kind of bailed on it. Went to Twin River, just had some fun with my family, and then after the fact, you know, obviously you guys know from the last like 2-hour conversation we just had, but I just fucking found myself in a black hole of business and development, and so it was actually a really productive ass weekend.
Very good.
So that was good, but nothing really that fun to report on. I think the upcoming next couple of weeks, I think we'll have a lot to bring.
Yeah, we got a lot of fun stuff coming up, but we can get into it later in Behind OMADA. But we have a big trip next week to
Fox Run.
I keep forgetting.
Fox Run, yeah.
Fox
I keep
Run.
wanting to say Blue Fox Run because I think that's like a pretty well-known course in Connecticut, but this one's just Fox Run.
Yeah, we're going to have a whole vlog out of our whole trip. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be a great team experience for us, and the course has been nothing but nice to us. So we're excited to get out there and get some great content out for Fox Run.
I think a big, which I haven't shared with you guys yet, but we did get okayed to bring Angus with us.
Oh, yeah,
So
dude.
we will have a dedicated filmer the entire
That's
time.
unreal.
Yeah. So I reached out today, and she said no problem at all.
Hell yeah. And we got to get Angus on the pod at some point. Angus is like kind of like the 5th guy around here. He does a lot of our media stuff, and he's great. He's a funny character. So we'll get him on.
He's a cynical little fuck.
He is, but he's great. That's going to wrap up the weekend roundup for now. Let's go into the Open. It was a fantastic Sunday. Nikki Shanks, the winner of the $50 Chili's gift card, picks Cam Smith.
I'm not clapping for you. I wanted that one.
I was actually happy along with you because for my fantasy football league, with Cam Smith winning, I now have the first selection of draft pick. So I'm very excited about that. But Cam Smith wins the 150th Open at the Old Course, shoots a 30 on the back 9, opened with 5 straight birdies on that back 9, holes 10 through 14. Jesus. And then he was just on fire. He caught up to Rory because Rory had the lead going into the
like
final
two strokes, yeah.
But
I think.
Rory just couldn't put it. He couldn't get the big shots to fall down. And Josh took some heat last week on the pod for his Rory takes, and he was hearing it all weekend. But Josh was proven right. Rory did not win.
I said I was going to do this. I'm going to fucking do this. After last podcast, I said some things about Rory. Not that he's bad or anything like that. It's nothing personal. All I said was, I like Rory, but he's a fucking choke artist. And I haven't seen, like, for as good as he's been playing, top this, top that. Everybody will say he's top in the world. He's favored to win. He's leading. He was contending for a lead, whatever. He hasn't won shit recently, and that's that. And so going into this weekend, oh my God, I had so many people texting me, letting me know, blah, blah, blah. Yo, Rory, how dare you speak ill of my fucking beautiful, precious Rory? And to all you, especially these fucks, you, Brendan, to you, Nick, to you, fucking Dan, you guys are all fucks, and I hope you appreciate me mentioning you in this context, that you were all wrong. I was right. They said that the whole weekend through, they're like, Rory's going to prove you wrong. He's going to win, this and that. Get to the final day, and I'm like, the end of the second to last day, whatever. I'm like, guys, don't sweat it, because tomorrow it's all going to unravel just how Daddy fucking Joshy says it's going to. And sure enough, dude, out of nowhere, he just fucking he misses all the putts that would have put him in contention on the last day when it counted. And of course, Cam Smith comes in and fucking plays an unreal round. But altogether, we're like, Rory still could have done a lot more than he did. And he didn't fucking do it. He didn't win. So all you guys, just remember, I'm always fucking right.
He set a record, Rory did, as the only player in history to have a 54-hole lead at a major, hit every green in regulation, and lose.
Oh, my God. That's insane.
He had a 50. Wait, what were you saying?
Well, the lead through 3 rounds.
Okay.
Like the lead going to the last round, hit every green in regulation and lose.
This is what I'm talking
crazy.
about.
Yeah.
That's literally what I said in the last podcast.
He never hit the big putt. He never hit
He's not making any of the big putts. He's been like a limp dick this whole way through. Like, I think he,
No.
Whoa. Okay, that was me. Oh, take it easy, dude. What do you mean,
Hit the button. That was aggressive. He has feelings.
I can't reach.
Look, it's not a personal thing, Rory. Not that you'll ever fucking listen to this, but it's not a personal thing. All right? All I'm saying is that you've got to make the big putts. And it's easy for us to say that because we're on the other side of the fence.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Like, I can say that because I'm on the other side of the fence. It's not my job to be a pro, and, that's what we expect out of you, Rory.
Yeah, I mean, Rory's quote after the tournament kind of summed it up. He goes, I didn't do too much wrong today, but I didn't do much right either. And that's perfectly sums it up. Like, he didn't bogey a hole on that Sunday, but he only made 2 birdies. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Didn't capitalize,
That stat was insane, though. Yeah, Nick.
Poor guy.
That's crazy. And you know what's nobody's really talking about is Rory didn't even come in second. Because Cam Young eagled 18.
Yeah, that was wild.
To go to minus 19, which makes that putt from Cam Smith even bigger. The fact that he kind of drove the green. He was kind of like on the fringe.
No, he was on the green.
What is it technically the green? Was it
the greens are like 100 yards wide?
No, I know. And so he puts that second shot right near the pin to secure the birdie. And if he didn't do that, the playoff wouldn't have been Rory. It would have been Cam Young and Cam Smith. So that was kind of cool.
He wasn't even in contention for the lead. I mean, he would have come in. He came in third.
He had a shot. He had a chip in. That chip. Did you guys see that scene where like everybody was following Rory to that chip and everybody was like jumping over the river?
No.
Oh, dude, I'll put it in if I can find it. It was awesome, dude. Like, because Rory's the last golfer of the day because he had the lead. He had the whole army like following him, and like because there was nobody else, they like kind of cut the ropes down. Everybody just like ran onto that 18th fairway and was like jumping over the river thing and like just stampeding to him. It was crazy as he was walking to hit his final shot. It's a great scene.
Unrelated to Rory or Cam Smith, but I just happened to be simultaneously cutting onions as I watched Tiger walk up 18.
Yeah.
So it was, I was cutting onions, I was crying a little bit, but I think everyone was a little bit emotional watching Tiger walk up 18.
I totally agree. That was great. But he kind of hijacked, just like Tiger does, he kind of hijacked that Friday with that scene, which is kind of funny to me. Like, he was not even close to the cut. And, like, what everybody was talking about was his emotional walk up the 18th fairway, and he's shedding tears, and everybody's getting all emotional about it.
I think there was a lot of speculation that maybe that it was going to be Tiger's like last walk
I
up
hope
18.
that's not.
I don't think it's the case.
Well, where did that start? Like, is it just like, oh, he was crying on the 18th, so like that's what people think is going on, or is there like something where he came out and said something that was alluding to that?
I don't. I mean, from what I saw, there was nothing that he said that would have alluded to it. But he was kind of just saying that he's lucky to be able to do it, and that, you know, I think from a standpoint of the Tiger effect, like just seeing him out there on the course after sustaining that injury, even if he didn't play well, was still big for golf.
Yeah, because the thing is,
he'll never be another Tiger, but you know.
But he'll also never retire because like all those retired guys still play in the majors. You know.
Yeah.
So like it's not like he's going anywhere, but like I think he kind of alluded to it. It's like he's almost getting to that point where he might not be competitive enough anymore, though. Like he might not be able to hang with the young guys anymore in those major tournaments.
Yeah, he might. That's true. I mean, he's had so many injuries over the years, and this last car accident obviously was fucking detrimental to his health. And I bet part of the tears was, you know, as crazy as could be. I saw this somewhere. I was watching this other thing, Seek Discomfort. You guys ever watch that on YouTube?
Mm-mm.
No.
One of the guys.
Seek Discomfort.
It's the Yes Theory. You ever heard of that?
No, I have not.
I've seen the movie Yes Man with Jim Carrey.
No. Well,
Close enough.
It's this group of people that they seek experiences that are discomforting. So like they really like going outside of their comfort zone. And one of the guys is like skydiving. He wants to do like a skydive from like 60,000 feet or something where you need oxygen. It's this whole thing, and he like really found it and loved it. And he got into a car accident, and the car accident made him. It fucked his brain up. It was like he didn't have a scratch on him, or he had maybe like one little scratch or something, but the car was totaled, and he walked away. He was like, for like 6-7 months, he was like mentally debilitated. And so with Tiger, I mean, it's even worse because he took a really serious injury. And that's also after all of the fucking injuries he had and winning a major, coming back from all those injuries and being at his age and having done what he's done. And now he's even lucky enough that he's won a LIV, but two, even able to walk down that fairway. To his point, I mean, his leg could have been completely amputated and he wouldn't have been able to play at all.
Very true, yep.
So maybe this is a little bit more than like him caring about winning. He might just fucking love the game and be happy to be there, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah, and here's where things are going to get interesting now. The rumors are coming out today. So today is Monday that we're recording this, the day after the Open. And the rumor mill is swirling that Cam Smith has received a significant offer to join the LIV Golf Tournament. This is going to be big time. And, you know, I was talking with some friends about it, and they were saying, like, with no majors on the horizon, because, you know, major season's kind of over, you might see a lot of these guys just jump ship on the PGA Tour and go to the LIV right now.
It would be pretty crazy if Cam Smith went. I mean, just wins the Open, and I think he's got that $90 million offer to join LIV.
That's the reported number.
And what were you saying earlier, that he won the Open, but the payout was only $2.5 million?
His
well, I mean, only $2.5 million,
Yeah.
but you know.
Yeah, and like you got to put brand stuff to the side. His payout for playing golf was $2.5 million for winning the Open. If he joins the LIV, he's going to get like a guaranteed 90 to 100 mil.
There's reports of 110 offer on the table.
Wow.
4 hours ago. So.
They're probably going to keep bumping it up if he doesn't accept it right away, you know.
Yeah, and I don't know if you guys saw the clip, but he got right after he wins the Open. Some reporter was like, "So what do you think about joining the LIV?" You know, the rumors are swirling, and like Cam Smith got like pissed off. He was like, "Dude, I just won the Open, and you're gonna ask me about that right now? Like, get out of here."
Yeah.
And so it's kind of like another one of those. Who is the guy who
Brooks Koepka.
Brooks Koepka.
I was gonna say this
thing.
reminds me way too much of the Brooks, where he
flames
fired back right at a reporter and then joins LIV the next day.
And then he finishes that statement. He's like, "I let my team worry about that stuff. I just try to win golf tournaments." So it's like he's
not denying it.
No, he's not. And
so there's a good chance he's going, which would be, by the time this comes out on Thursday, the news is probably going to be final by then, but we're just speculating on it for now.
I think I need an approximate number of how many beers Cam Smith drank out of the trophy as well.
Yeah, that
His
was
interview
funny.
was
That
unreal.
a great interview after. He was like, "Oh, I wonder how many beers I can fit." I watched his TikTok this morning. He was like, "So about 2 beers can fit inside the cup at one time." So I wonder how many times he was filling up the trophy.
Yeah, he was like, I think I'm going to drink about 20 claret jugs, which is like 40 beers.
Yeah,
So
that's awesome.
I actually have a quick question about Cam Smith. It was like, oh fuck, I just forgot it.
While you're thinking about it, Cam Smith is actually a noted lover of beer as well.
oh yeah.
I was reading an article this
Connoisseur.
morning. Very big connoisseur of beer.
It's an Australian.
Maybe drinks a lot of Fosters.
I felt like he kind of got burned by the. I don't know if you noticed, but like when he was doing his interview, after, it felt like the whole place kind of cleared out at
Yeah.
St. Andrews. I felt like they were all there for Rory. And
Oh
when
my God,
When
yeah.
Rory didn't win, everybody just like what happened at the U.S.
Yeah.
Open, like everybody was there for Zalatoris. The Englishman wins it, and everybody just bounces. Everyone just left. So I felt like he kind of got done dirty.
Where
there.
did he finish on the list?
Zalatoris.
I
Did he
don't
even make the cut?
He made the cut, I'm pretty sure.
Who's Will Zarth? Who is that guy? I'm kidding. He
Get
was
a-
nowhere to
get a
be found this
leaderboard.
week, though.
No.
Actually, speaking from my point of view, Shane Lowry was my number 1 pick, and seeing him kind of rise up the leaderboards to -5 or -7 on Saturday was great in my favor. And then
Back-to-back Eagles.
Yeah, back-to-back Eagles, and then he fell off, and Cam Smith and Rory and Young came screaming through, even though they were already up there on the top of the leaderboard. But
I had Rory winning it in our little pool together, so I was kind of pumped up to get that $50 Choi's gift card, but it fell through. Nick, what are you going to spend that $50 gift certificate on?
Maybe I'll just take us all out and get some food. A little 2 for $10 for the boys.
a little 3 for $10.99.
Yeah.
Maybe a $5 marg.
That would be really nice of you.
That
Nick.
would be
it'd
pretty
be
sweet.
pretty good move by me.
It'd be very gentlemanly.
There's
of
no
you.
way Josh is going to eat anything at Chili's, though.
No, he's gonna have a water
Salad.
with a lemon.
Actually, Chili's has a great Caesar salad, so
I did speaking of my chilies and the salad and all that, I did work out this weekend, and I went so hard that I fucking almost puked, and it actually was like one of the worst feelings of my life.
Well, Colucci did the opposite of that this weekend. if you'd like to share,
would you like to share what you ate
or
this
would you
weekend,
would you like
Colucci?
me to share?
Come on, don't fuck me
So
over,
Josh-
Colucci. We're on the goddamn
Josh is
diet.
gonna go berserk.
Colucci,
Josh has been trying to keep me in check as I pursue a healthier lifestyle, but on Friday, Josh, I have bad news. I was walking out of the Rentham outlets, and I was, I had all my shopping bags, and the car was in sight, but then I just passed by the Auntie Anne's, and I dove right inside.
Josh's soul just left his body.
Like,
And then I almost puked because I tried working out after.
oh, you did.
Yeah, I did.
well, it doesn't
Hey,
cancel it.
I give you
Whoa.
that.
Yeah.
No, I give you that. I give you that. That's hard. I think the working out, what I learned was, or what I felt over the weekend, and actually the past couple weeks, I went from like lifting hard and then like doing some cardio after to just like all body weight exercises
Yeah.
and like running. And I do a hill run at my house, which is like the hill goes like this, and you just run down,
As
run
hills
up.
do.
I can only do. No, but like there's. Listen, you little fuck.
He just like let you have a pass. And you're like,
There's
ass
dude,
hills.
making fun of
There's
hills.
inclines like this, and then a hill. My hill is like this.
So then,
Steep.
what
It's
do you,
steep.
What do you call a non-steep hill?
An incline.
Yeah, there you go.
Get fucked, Nikki Shank.
All right, yeah, maybe you're right.
My backyard is at an incline, and I went for a run. No,
I thought it was
ran
a
up-
hill.
No, I'm saying that would be me saying not using the word hill.
Oh.
My backyard is on an incline. My backyard has a massive hill. That's the difference. And the hill, I can only do 3 or 4 in a row before I puke. So it's so fast, bro, and it gives your legs a workout. That's what we're on. You know why? Because it's not just about how we look, but how we feel. The endurance makes, dude, you sleep better, you feel better, you look better, you tighten up, you can do more.
I'll tell you what, I felt pretty damn good after eating that pretzel because Auntie Anne's is fire.
How much you do for a workout after?
I did the same thing I always been.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I had a pretzel this weekend too.
Coochie, I'm proud of you. You've been fucking
He's just nope, it's gone.
Wow.
And it's gone.
You left Will hanging, you moron.
No, I don't want it anymore. No.
Well, look at the elbow. Look at the stiffness of his elbow.
He's pissed. He's pissed.
So I could see like Colucci with all of his bags.
His elbow's at an incline.
Colucci's just got the full pretzel in his mouth because he can't hold it because of all the bags just chomping down on
Like
the pretzel.
the
walking around
moment he
fucking outlet.
smells it, like in like Tom and Jerry when they smell something in the kitchen and they like glide in the air to the smell. And he has like all his bags and he's just like, he's like,
He's just floating
Well, I'll
above the
tell you what,
ground.
I walked by it originally, and then like the smell just overtook me, and I literally, it was as if there was a force turning my body around and putting me inside the line of the Auntie Anne's, and I fucking mucked that shit down. It was so good. Let's move on. We'll keep track of the Cam Smith stuff, if whether or not he's going into the Open or not. Let's go into some what are we watching?
yeah, the LIV.
The LIV. There's going to be a moment where these organizations that put on the major tournaments, they're going to have to answer the media questions about the LIV players playing in their tournaments, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens.
Speaking of that, I actually remember what my question was.
Ask away.
So here's my thing is like, as viewers of golf tournaments and competitions, do any of you, and this goes to anybody watching or listening also, is like, do any of you guys even care about the fact that it would or wouldn't be PGA Tour or LIV Tour? Like, forget, like, because when I think about the NFL, there's actually, the NFL is the NFL. Like, to me, like, that name NFL holds all the standards of golf, of football, and kind of the legitimacy of the game and the formulation of rules and regulations that make people operate under the confines of equal play. But when I think about the PGA Tour, for whatever reason, like I can't even think of any tournaments other than the PGA Championship that have any meaning to me. Like the John Deere like I don't even watch those. You know what I mean? Like on a typical basis. So
I think the one that's really fun kind of goes to your argument, because the one that's really fun to watch is the waste management, right? And that's because it's kind of different than the others. You're supposed to go there, party your ass off, and like be loud on the holes and stuff. Like that's the whole point of it. And if there's more tournaments like that, I think that would draw the interest of a younger crowd. And I think that's where we're going.
I mean, if your interest is really player-based, then it doesn't matter. I think right now is a very interesting time for golf, because I'm not saying there's a 50-50 split between, the best players in the world on the LIV and the PGA. But if there's ever a time where all of them are back on one tour, then I think it will kind of coerce that, to Josh's question, that you will care, because you're not going to go watch the PGA Tour if it's a bunch of no-names.
Correct.
So right now, I think particularly it's kind of a gray area, because you've got people on the LIV that are popular and people on the PGA that are popular.
That's a great point. But that's why I think it's so crazy that they banned all the golfers from playing on the PGA Tour. Like, yeah, you try to make a power move, but stop and think about it. Like, when I go to a golf tournament, I remember when I went to the Connecticut the Travelers in Connecticut, I went there for I wanted to go see Bryson. I love watching Bryson play. I've said this before. I've watched a lot of golfers play, but when he fucking picks the club up, man, it just looks different. He sounds different. There's an energy around his tee boxes and how he's interacting with the crowd that's different. And if he's playing on the LIV Tour, why would I have any reason to go watch the PGA Tour? What's my fucking sell? It's not, the events don't matter. It's only the players. The players are the only fucking thing in that sport, to me, that matters.
Well, I think what happened is that they didn't think that this amount of players was going to go. You know what I mean? Like, so they started banning the first few, and then like, and then like it just like piled up, and like, okay, ban everybody. So I think that's kind of what happened. I don't think they were expecting this much of a movement towards the LIV.
Yeah.
Which they should have, because money talks. It's that simple. It's money. Money, money, money.
Yep.
That's
Those
all
players
it is.
gamble every time they go to play in a PGA event on nothing. Gamble on the possibility of making nothing versus the LIV, where they can make a real
Guaranteed
living.
money.
Guaranteed money.
Guaranteed money. That's
Their
what it's all about.
Imagine looking your family in the eyes and saying, unless you're Rory, where you just have millions and millions and millions, like, there's all these players out there that,
Yeah, well, it's the same stuff as the NFL. Like you talked about the NFL earlier. The NFL, whenever there's a contract issue with a high key player, it's not about how much money; it's about how much guaranteed money
Yeah.
because every single day out there could be your last day. And obviously, playing golf is not as dangerous as playing in the NFL. But the whole argument is guaranteed money. That's all these guys care
Guaranteed
about.
money. That's it.
Because they have sacrificed their whole lives to a certain degree to playing a sport. So if that one day is taken away from you and you have no guaranteed money in your contract, you're fucked.
Yeah.
I mean, then Tiger in an interview is not caught saying, but it's recorded that he's against LIV because, when he was coming up, that was his drive because he had nothing, right? Like growing up, he had nothing. So his whole drive to be as good as he is at the game is to make money and make a living. So when that's guaranteed, it takes away a lot of the drive from some of these guys too.
So I saw that quote and I actually kind of totally saw what he was talking about.
It
I
makes
was like,
sense.
that makes a lot of sense to me. So that's why I don't really know where I fall on this. And I
Easy.
think
That is easy for the number one
Yeah.
golfer in history to say.
Absolutely.
Like, oh, my drive came from me having nothing.
Now that you have $1 billion.
Your performance, he's such a hard example because his father sacrificed everything and taught him the game.
Right.
And introduced the game to him at such a young age. But Tiger's a prodigy. I mean, Tiger, you could have done that with a million other people and they would not have ended up being Tiger Woods. Like, matter of fact, that probably happens every day that a million people do that kind of shit. They made a Netflix movie that's like one of the top movies on Netflix, and it's called The Short Game. It's all the little kids when they're brought onto becoming professional golfers. Like, they start at age 3 or 4 and they compete at the highest level immediately. But it's like, are they ever going to end up being Tiger Woods? Maybe
Probably
one in a
not.
million, one in a billion. I don't even know. What's you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So anyways,
That's a
good
good point.
answers.
it's a good point. And so we'll be breaking it all down as it comes out here on T-Box Talk. But we are going to get into some what are we watching right now. And I'm going to save me and Josh's argument for last. So I'm going to push it over to Nikki Shanks. Did you watch anything? I doubt it.
Whoa.
You never watch movies.
You know, I didn't watch anything because I was out and about this weekend.
No, you weren't.
I was.
Oh, you did. Okay, you were. You're right.
You were in the house more than I was this weekend.
I was probably.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I never
so
left my house.
I was
this
a busy bee, baby, so I didn't have time to watch anything.
All right.
There we go.
Thank you. Thank you. And that's it for me on this section.
Great contribution.
Thanks, guys. You know,
Will, I know you've been trying to get a take off on this movie. What do you got?
All right, so I watched 1 hour photo with Robin Williams last night.
ooh,
We rented it through Amazon Prime, I believe. It's an older movie. It's from 2002. I saw it on TikTok a little while ago, and meaning and watching it. But the premise of the movie, and it's actually, I don't even know what to call it, if it's a horror or a thriller or crime thriller or whatever. But the premise is that Robin Williams he's been working at the same photo developing place for 11 years.
Mm-hmm.
And he knows everyone that's come in on a regular basis. And there's one family in particular that he fixates on, because Robin Williams himself has no family, no parents his parents probably passed away, but he fixates particularly on this family and stalks them and over obsesses them.
Interesting.
So for literally 11 years, he, instead of printing one stack of photos for this lady, he prints two, and he takes that stack home and he hangs it on his wall. So he's got a whole wall in his apartment filled with this.
Creepy.
Very creepy. And so by the end of the movie, they figure out, the people who own the photo developing studio figure out that the amount of basically the orders that he's putting in. So let's say it's for one, the printer's printing out two. And so they figure this out and they fire him, and he just goes on this frickin' rampage. And I don't want to give too much away, but it's it's a very slow moving movie, but it's it just gives you the heebie-jeebies. And so that's what I watched before bed last night, and I had nightmares. So don't watch it
Dude,
before
you gotta
bed.
stop watching this shit.
Well,
before
I
bed.
made it worse because I watched Love, Death, and Robots right before I watched
It's a great
this
show,
movie,
though,
and I
isn't
had
it?
nightmares. It's like a recipe for nightmares. So
Which, do you remember which episodes of Love, Death, and Robots?
no, I only watched one of them. I'm like, turn this fucking shit off. I was like, I'm gonna have fucking night terrors.
So I love Love, Death, and Robots. I can't wait for a new season to come out. Although the third season just came out, so I highly doubt it's going to be anytime soon. Before we get into the argument, Josh, I'm gonna
Yeah, you can still do those. if
let
you
me
want.
get a couple takes off.
Well,
here.
I have my what I'm watching too.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I watched. What does that sound? I
what
watched.
is that?
Oh, is that my glasses on the mic?
Yes, it is.
I was looking away.
All right,
Sorry
so
about that.
I have this weird thing where I like to watch horror movies like in the morning or like in the early afternoon because I don't want to watch them at nighttime because I don't want to be scared. So everybody's been telling me, and it has really high ratings. This
I know what
movie,
you're about to say.
Midsommar.
Oh no.
And I was like, okay, so this is a very highly rated horror movie. Usually that doesn't happen, so it must be good. It's 2.5 hours long, and I fucking hated it. Like, it was so bad. It was so slow. And, like, the ending, yes, the last 20 minutes is like some of the most fucked up shit I've ever seen in my life. But, like, it was like 2.5 hours for that. Like, and, like, the closing of it is stupid. Like, I was so pissed off about that. But then I watched maybe a movie that just inserted itself into the top 10 favorite movies
Whoa.
of my all time, which is Spotlight. Won a ton of awards. I know I'm late to the scene because this movie came out in like 2015, I think. But holy shit, that movie is good. If you haven't seen Spotlight yet, I highly suggest watching that movie. But I'm pretty sure everybody has.
I haven't. I'm going home tonight and watching it.
Yeah,
Told
it's
you that
really
already,
good. It's
yeah.
about the Boston Globe uncovering like the sex scandals of the Boston Catholic Church. It's really, really good. The acting is just A1. It is unbelievable. Unbelievable. And then, Josh, I started watching Eastbound and Down. That show is fucking hilarious.
I mean, yeah.
Kenny Powers is like one of the all-time.
You're
You're
fucking
go-
out.
You're
Yeah,
going
I-
into the
yeah.
going into the depth though, huh? You're not
Your hair's kind of messed up. With the heads.
that dude.
There you go.
These headsets with these glasses are like in pain. These are new glasses, so
Let the compliments flood in on them.
In the comments below, please drop your phone number for Josh.
you don't like fucking new shit, do you? You like old like
I like
bad
new
movies.
I like new movies, and I like watching old movies that I know are good. I do this stupid thing where I look at ratings for movies before I watch them, and like I won't watch things that have like below a certain rating, and I got to stop doing that because
yeah, you can't.
People
That'll
don't
fuck you
know.
up. Yeah, the ratings can be so misleading. And
yeah, like I watched that movie. I watched a shitload of movies yesterday. Again, I was gridlocked. I watched the movie The Intern with Robert De Niro and Anne Hathaway, where Robert De Niro plays this guy who gets a senior internship program at this like up and coming tech startup, and like it has bad ratings, but I thought it was a fucking awesome.
I also
movie.
thought that was a good movie too.
I gotta.
Like, I thought it was
I've
a
never heard
great
of that.
movie.
It's all over
That's
TikTok.
not when he's. That's not the one where he's like the used car salesman. And he's
No,
fucking-
no,
no,
there's like one with Owen Wilson and Vince Vaughn that's also called The
Yeah,
Internship.
I like that one. That's the.
This
That's
one's
a comedy movie.
They're commonly like mistaken for the same movie.
I think
Yeah.
it's because they have the same name.
That's true. Yeah.
Josh, what are you watching?
All right. I'll finish off with my favorite movie of this selection because
We're gonna fight about it.
we're not gonna fight. I'm gonna fucking basically kill you on this podcast. I'll run through these quick. I'm just gonna do Minx. I finally got around to watching HBO. I'm giving it a 6.2 out of 10.
The Minx. What
yeah,
is
the
it?
Minx, MINX. It's a show about like the first female nudie mag or whatever, and how it like blew up and like was a big women's. I wouldn't say women's rights, but it's just like a cool story. But kind of, it's really fucking slow. A lot of people fucking talk. 6.2.
Talk, just like that.
Just finished the new season of Peaky Blinders. I actually watched all 5 seasons in the last like week and a half, and actually now 6 seasons. And it's a fucking amazing show. It's super good, and to anybody that likes that era, fucking definitely watch it. I'm thinking this Halloween I'd like to be a Peaky Blinder, specifically a Shelby.
Is Peaky Blinders over now? Is that the final season?
I'm not sure. I'd probably not, but he's definitely gonna die. I actually haven't finished the whole season of the new one, but about halfway through. It's okay. It's nothing great, but there were a couple of seasons there that were fucking nuts. 7. I'm giving that one a 7.5. Really good production, really good show. It's actually really fucking slow. Is the only problem. Oh, it's also the most depressing show on TV. Sea Beast on Netflix. I watched it last night. It's
is that the
cartoon
animated?
Yep, top 10. Really, really good movie. Completely unplausible. All the things that happen in it are complete bullshit. But as a cartoon and like a creative sort of expanding your imagination, pretty fucking good movie. Actually, higher rating than both of the previous 2 I listed was at a 7.8.
Interesting.
Wow.
Yep.
I almost watched that last night. I was like, I need a good feel-good movie right now. And
So, Umbrella Academy 7-2. You probably
The
know
new season?
the new season. Yep, watch that. Pretty good. Nothing really. It's kind of like it's just good quality production.
I
Acting's
can't
kinda shitty.
believe.
Nothing to write home about.
Nope.
I can't believe they dropped season 3 the same week of Stranger Things 4. I thought that was a wild move by them.
Yeah.
Confident.
Maybe they just think that a lot of people are spending time on Netflix.
All right, so yeah, maybe
It's good. I mean, it's good. It's great content, but like I found myself skipping around all the time. They're another one that is just love people talk. It's so fucking annoying. Like, and they all suck at acting. But
What do they do?
it's pretty funny show.
Talk.
So, okay, my best new show that I would really recommend people watch. It's not a new show; it's a new season, and they just released it specifically to Netflix, which is interesting because it's different. Is Alone. Alone is a show about where people go onto an island and it's like 10 people go into like the Alaskan wilderness, and they have to survive for, I think, like the last one to basically tap out is the winner.
They're alone.
Yeah, and they're completely alone. There's no camera crew. There's nothing. They do but they're competing against other contestants. So when they bail out, there is no bailing out, so to speak. I think that they have to go 5 months before like a winner is to be chosen at like for whatever. They've never even gotten that far. Only one person ever ends up making it. But
are there challenges like Survivor?
None.
Or
They just have to survive.
Just survive.
But here's the thing. I'll simplify this because I don't want to go too long on it. But basically, like they're in Alaska, bear country. And the shit that you see it can't be, there is no ability to stage it. What they're going through is fucking crazy. Like they go face to face with grizzly bears, and they do this on camera, and they film themselves, and they fish, and a lot of them, some people almost die on the show. Like many people have almost died and gone. Some of them has really impacted their lives in a heavy way because but it's slow, but if you want background noise and also just like some crazy moments in the wild, that's a good show to watch. All right, my final selections, and this is going to lead me in. Thor: Love and Thunder, in theaters now. Unbelievable movie, unbelievable movie.
I really need to see it.
Oh my God, dude! If you haven't seen Thor: Love and Thunder, stop listening to this right now. Get in your car and go watch it. That good. That movie was one of the probably top 5 Marvel movies ever made. Definitely the best Marvel fucking content that's come out since the last set of Avenger movies.
Yep.
Like, I'm talking like, wow. I laughed all the way fucking through. Absolute hilarious movie. More of a comedy than anything else, but really entertaining. And then I'm going to give that, actually. I'm going to go for Thor: Love and Thunder as a 9.5 for me.
Whoa.
Wow. High rating. Jurassic World.
I'm going to give you guys 3 minutes to argue about this.
Yeah, it's 4:03. We have until 4:07. Go.
All right, so the other night I saw Love and Thunder in this theater movie, and then I saw that Jurassic World was streaming. So my family went down to our movie room. We set it up. We watched it, and Andrew had previously told me that he didn't like it, that it wasn't a good movie. He even went as far to say as not worth you watching.
It's not.
And we sat down and watched that movie. When I tell you that this movie was packed full of, 1, entertainment, 2, dinosaurs of every single kind, constantly going through scenes of dynamic creature, interactions, building fucking raptor chases, fucking 2 T-Rexes, fucking going at it, fucking, the whole, dude, that movie gave everything. Everything that I would ever want out of that movie, it gave me, and then some more. Because Andrew doesn't like the story of the locusts. The locusts were the dynamic twist that a Jurassic Park movie's never had before. And these creatures are sometimes shit is going fucking south. They can be used this tool can now be used as a weapon, and it's impacting the real world. That's the whole
You're wrong.
story.
You're just wrong. The movie sucked.
2 minutes left.
Stop.
This is going to go on a little bit longer. The movie sucked. Okay, here's my issues with it. The whole end of the second movie is they let the dinosaurs out into the real world.
And
they
ruined.
don't discuss it in the third movie. The first 10 minutes of the third movie is the only time you get to see the dinosaurs in the real world. Then they made it about this like teenage brat who's like
she's not a teenage brat, dude. She's
the
been
clone,
fucking
the clone.
confined. She's been confined.
But that's not what I want. I want.
She's never gone to school. She's been locked in a cabin in the woods
How's
for
your weekend,
fucking
Will?
15 years. What the fuck are you talking about? Confined?
I wanted a mindless dinosaur movie. Here's what I want.
Okay, well, guess what, Mr. Mindless? If you want a mindless dinosaur movie, I want you to go watch fucking Raptor Priest or Velocipriest.
The Velocipaster.
Yeah, Velocipaster. That's your
that's
fucking.
not real dinosaurs. That's not real dinosaurs, dude. I'm a massive Jurassic Park fan. This is what I want the third movie to be. I want it to be the entire movie of little side missions of them going to different parts of the world and collecting the dinosaurs. Just out of nowhere, they introduced this whole third park where they're keeping all the dinosaurs like the reserve.
Right.
It makes no fucking sense. There's too much fanfare. For no reason, they introduced all three characters from the first set of movies, and they strictly did it for the commercials to get their faces in the commercials so people would go watch the movie. There's no reason that they should have been in that movie, and the only reason I get more upset about it is because I went back and watched the first Jurassic World that came out, and it was fucking awesome. And now this third movie, if you compare the two movies, they're completely different. It's a completely different story. They introduce all these new characters in the third movie.
All right. Get to it. Okay.
Pause. You guys each have 30 seconds for your closing remarks. We will start with Joshua. Your 30 seconds starts now.
Here's my thing. I hear what you're saying, actually. I get the fact that they didn't really follow up the storyline as accurately as they could have. Here's the difference, is that you talk about the mindless dinosaur interactions that you want. I watched the biggest T-Rex in the fucking known universe go against the other biggest T-Rex in the known universe.
Okay, so I will say
with new dinosaurs with fucking razor blades as fingers and all these crazy cool dinosaurs I've never seen before. That shit was fucking cool.
Okay, so this is where I will agree
Nick,
with you.
you shut your fucking mouth.
That was on 30 seconds.
Nick,
start. Go.
you put your phone down and you shut up. No, talk. We're gonna talk until we get to the fucking bottom of this, buddy.
Well, I think we're about to get to the bottom.
I think
because I actually will agree with you that scene was awesome. Like that was my but that's my issue. My favorite part of the movie came at the very end, and it was like maybe 2 or 3 minutes of the T-Rex, because the T-Rex is my.
But
guy.
like, why can't you just be happy with a good movie? Why do they have to make the movie for you? Why can't you just appreciate the fact that it was good content in a world?
Because I don't think it was.
You know it was, though. Stop it, Andrew.
No, I didn't think it was. I wanted fucking dinosaurs on dinosaurs.
All I can tell you is that here's my final remarks, since that's what you wanted. I'll appreciate your opinion, but I will never, ever take a negative opinion into consideration out of you again. That's it.
That was actually perfectly timed. I did literally tell Josh, don't even watch the movie. It's so bad. I'm just upset about it. All right?
I know you're upset.
I wanted
I think you can just kind of be a jaded movie guy sometimes, Kaluch.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're very specific what you look for.
I love most movies.
Well, dude, I'm okay with you not liking the movie storyline, but like, dude, that movie was 100% worth a watch. I mean, there's nobody in this world that can tell me different. That was a great movie as far as entertainment.
I might have been a little overboard how much I hate it, but I did hate it.
There's an admission of guilt there.
No, I can still not like it. We're never gonna agree. I know when Josh likes something, it's very hard to sway him the other way. So
dude, it's not that I need everybody to think that it's the greatest movie in the world. I just think the hate you gave it was so misleading to me. Like, I almost didn't watch the movie because you said don't fucking watch it. And I'm thinking to myself when I watched it, I was like, okay, I get the storyline's a little off, but I just watched fucking dinosaurs of 62 breeds fucking basically fuck the world up in real time. Like, what? I mean, was that worth the $5 for the rental? Answer, yes.
Okay.
That's
it.
Is.
All right.
I feel better.
That's gonna wrap up. What are we watching? I knew that was gonna get heated there for a second. I was actually preparing all weekend for this because you texted us Friday like 2 a.m. You're like, Colucci, fuck you.
I need to find. I was just looking those texts.
It was like 2:45 in the morning.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Colucci. You're fucking out.
This is the text was Colucci. Unfortunately, your opinions on films have now been marked down by 80%. Unreliable misinformation. And then Colucci, no answer from Colucci, just hiding behind the
Just
fence,
passed
hiding.
out.
And he follows up at 2:15 a.m. Like, I don't think I've ever been so upset with you as I am right after this movie. And then if you fast forward a little bit, Will chimes in with "I love dinosaur chicken nuggets" on theme.
Just trying to lighten the mood.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got heated in the OMADA group message about this fucking Jurassic
World
Park.
star.
We're gonna move into our stand-up section here. Nikki Shanks, Mr. Talking over there, take it away.
We got some last-minute collections for this section. Probably not gonna be the best, but we have a little story for you. Okay, so we have two hunters. They go into the woods, and they're hunting all day long. They don't eat. They don't drink anything. They are so focused on what they need to do. And all of a sudden, one of them falls down, collapses, passes out. There's no pulse. His eyes glazed over. There's no sign of life. So the other hunter calls 911, and he says, "Hi, like, my buddy just passed out. We're hunting, and I don't know what to do, like, blah, blah." And the operator's like, "Okay, sir, like, you need to calm down. The first thing we need to do is make sure that he's dead." So the operator's listening, and she hears nothing. The phone, like, rattles, and then she hears a gunshot. And she's like, "Oh, my God." And then he picks up the phone, and he goes, "Okay, he's definitely dead now. What do I do?"
That was
pretty good.
All right,
I liked it.
Did you find that joke online?
No.
You wrote it?
No, I found it. Yeah, no, I found it. Pretty good, though. Hey,
I've got a joke that I learned from another human being and not the interwebs.
This fucking dude, we gotta up
what?
the ante. You gotta be.
It wasn't bad, but you learned it online.
You
so.
fucking failed. That's a fail,
Hey.
dude. You automatically don't
Fail.
qualify to win.
But
that.
last week was way better than anybody expected for me.
Yeah, because you're finding other comedians that are writing jokes
that
for
one
you.
last week was a mouth-to-mouth transaction.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's a word of mouth joke.
All right, Will.
All right, so there's this guy. This is just guy. He goes out and he wants to play a nice Twilight 9 with his wife. So they go out. They're hitting the ball well. They're having fun. They get to the 6th hole. The guy tees off. He slaps his ball right. It ends up behind this like rustic barn. Kind of they're playing like this nice little like hometowny course. And so the smart play is to hit it out behind the barn and to hit it up on the green. And his wife goes, "Honey, you're a great golfer. Why don't you, the barn doors are open. Why don't you just try and hit it directly through the barn doors up to the green?" So he goes, "Okay, you're right. She's hyping him up. So he hits it. He makes it through the first barn door. And before it can exit, the ball ricochets off a tractor, comes back, and hits his wife in the head, killing her. So, so after this happens, he doesn't want to go out and play golf. He's like, "I'm done playing golf. That's it." Understandably so. He had a bad experience, pretty bad experience. 2 years later, his friend calls him up and goes, "Hey, look, I know you really don't want to play golf again, but I got this tee time, same course." He's like, "If you're up for it, let's go out and play another Twilight 9. So he finally caves and says, "Okay, fine, I'll get out there and try it again." He steps up to the 6th hole. This is where his wife died. He gets up, he hits his ball, same exact tee shot. He's behind the barn once again. The barn doors are open, and he has an option. Take the safe play, hit it out, and hit up on the green, or go through the barn doors again. His buddy goes, "Come on, dude, you got to hit it through the barn doors. Come on." And he goes, "What? What the hell are you talking about? I took a 6 last time I played this hole."
Oh, my God. Josh, processing.
The joke is that he didn't care that he killed his wife.
He made a double bogey.
Oh.
How about the wheels? He goes,
Yeah.
"I took a 6.
Didn't land for me for a second, but that's
Wow.
pretty funny.
No,
That's a good
it's
one.
a good joke.
Great, good
That was
time.
a word of mouth joke, yeah.
All right, can I go?
Josh, man, you are tough today.
Really
I
quick.
thought that was great.
It's really funny you said that. Did our big fan Mark tell you that joke?
No.
That is so bizarre because Mark wanted me to tell a joke on the podcast.
Was it very similar to that?
It's the exact joke.
Oh,
Stop
I
it.
know where he got it from then. Can I give you like a really brief explanation? So somebody feed Phil. At the end of every episode, Phil's dad would tell a joke, Max. Max passed away last year. So Phil now has comedians that come on the show, and at the end of every episode, they tell a joke. And that was the joke from one of the episodes.
Okay, that makes sense now. Because Mark really wanted me to tell that joke, and as soon as you started, I was like, "Holy shit!" Like this.
Mark
this is
definitely watches somebody feed
Yeah,
Phil.
100%.
So.
Yeah, that's right up his alley.
But that was good. Josh, take it away. I know you prepared this under the gun. So
I did. I mean, but I don't know. This is a lot different than the fabricated approach out of Nikki Shanks and taking jokes from other comedians. This is handwritten, hand thought about, and I've been thinking about this a lot lately. Is like, I was thinking about this the other day actually. You ever think about the fact that like when we talk about what like dogs eat, or like when they say like like dogs eat food, so on and so forth, like I looked further into that and I was like, okay, so dogs will eat like whatever they eat has less of the things that we have, right? So it's just more nutritious, less sugar, really no sugar, no salt, and I don't know, they can basically eat like really healthily, but everything tastes like shit, but they're good with it. And I thought about the comparison that like we literally like they're eating healthier than fucking humans, and humans are preparing food that's healthier for dogs and saying that dogs can't consume human food because it's not good enough or like it's not good for them. And I thought to myself, like, if fucking humans are eating our dogs are eating healthily like the way they are, then what the fuck have we been eating all along? Yeah. Like, we literally are eating worse than dogs are. And you'd think that, like, for the higher intelligent species, that we would be providing good enough food for each other to eat, that it would be more comparable than dog food. And, the funny part is, like, Tiki can't, my mom will tell me, like, oh, Tiki, you can't, don't give him any chicken, or, like, don't give him any of this, that. And then I went out in the yard the other day and Tiki fucking shredded down a football and ate fucking half of it. So like, hey, don't feed him fucking chicken, but hey, if he wants to slam down a fucking leather football, like more than okay. And even worse, and so like just to follow this joke up, like what's even crazier is you would think that because they're eating so healthy that they would have a healthy digestive tract.
Nope.
And so here, fast forward, this is actually like last night. It's fucking 4 a.m. Will knows this because I sent him and Andrew an email that was coming in late because I was up so late doing other shit. But I get a call at 4 a.m. from my brother, and I'm really worried. I'm like, dude, he gets on the phone. It sounds like I can't even imagine like what's going on in this phone call because it's 4 a.m. and he's calling me. And I go to like get my I have pepper spray, like military pepper spray. So I grab my peppers. He goes, come downstairs right now. He goes, I'm fucking stuck right now. So I'm like, oh shit. I was like, okay, he's in the bottom basement and he's, there's an intruder outside his door and I need to fucking go down and protect him, or basically intercept with weaponry. And so I like sprint up and I was asleep at this point. Like, this was late enough. So I fucking hop out of bed, you know what I mean? Throw my shit on. I go downstairs. And I'm like, where are you? He's like, oh, I'm in the foyer. So I'm like, okay, all right, I'll be there 1 second. He didn't tell me what it was about. I walk in. And remember what I said about the digestive tract? He's fucking stuck because his foot is in a pile of Tiki's dog shit.
Oh. It's always such a bad feeling when that happens.
So
I'm stuck.
For an hour straight, I had to clean up Tiki's shit off the floor. And I just thought back to that moment where I was like, damn, humans are really eating worse quality food than this little fuck, but he can't manage to fucking shit outside. And that's my joke.
That was pretty good, Josh.
That was
pretty good.
You lost me for a little bit in the beginning, and then you came back with the football. And the football brought it all together.
I'm so happy. That was my best. That's definitely my best one so far.
Best one, yeah.
Damn.
Josh gets really excited.
God, I really didn't want to like that one to like give it back to him.
Yeah,
and
I know. Yeah, I kind of broke through.
Right, that was good.
You were like, damn, that's true.
Yeah.
Like, we are, like, all seriousness though, that's kind of wild if you think about it. Like, our diets
because humans want good tasting food. So
we eat a lot of processed food as humans.
Is that wild though? Like, we're feeding dogs of food that they can process, and then they can't process our food. Like, what's wrong with that?
Like chocolate too, right? Like,
garlic,
that's just
chocolate.
different. That's just dogs' DNA. They can't break it down.
And that's the thing. I'm not referring to the things that are like actually harmful to their type of digestive tract.
You mean like a hamburger?
Yeah, like they can't eat a hamburger because it's too difficult for them to break down the fats, that much fat from another animal. Like, But here we are fucking slugging down hamburgers for the last 1,000 years.
Humans are disgusting. That's a fact.
Yeah. All right. Well,
All right, so
that was good, though.
Good job,
right?
Josh.
Good
You
job.
won. You win.
Good luck.
Whoa, no,
Whoa,
Here we
bro.
go.
Good luck,
Here we
Colucci.
go. Yeah. All right.
Boo.
So after lots of outside advice, people tell me stop telling the stories. The stories aren't funny.
Because they're just stories.
I'm coming back with another story.
Colucci's book of short stories.
I'm coming back with another story. I'm going to stick it to everybody right now. All right, this one's going to be good. I promise. And if it's not, I might just have to retire. Okay. So I'll start the story by saying my catfish came back to haunt me a few days ago. And what I mean by catfish is, yes, the MTV show Catfish. I was catfished. So I match with a very cute girl on Hinge, and I get all excited, right? I'm all excited. She texts me first. I'm like, oh, my God, no way. Quickly, we're moving off Hinge, and the first text comes in from her, and it's a green bubble. So immediately, so she doesn't have an iPhone. So I'm like, okay, alert number one. Not that crazy. Some people don't have iPhones, and that's not that big of a deal. We get to talking. I'm all excited. I'm like, wow, this is going really well. I drop the, hey, really quickly, like, let's meet up. Like, let's go hang out somewhere. I want to meet you because I thought she was really cool.
Yeah, I love that.
We set up a date, which is important to know. And then the questions started coming in. She starts going down a laundry list of questions about, like, what do you like to wear? What do you like to do this? What do you like to do this? Then she hits me at the, what type of socks do you like to wear?
Whoa.
And I was like, I don't know, fucking no-shows? Like, I don't care. And then she goes, can you send me a picture of you wearing dress socks? I really like that. So then I'm like, oh, my God. I'm being catfished. Like, this is not a girl. This is because, like, it was weird. Like, it jumped right there. So I then go, I'm like, okay, I have to get out of this now. So I was like, I signed up for like a $1 subscription to Been Verified, and I was going to run her phone number through it. Or let's just say their phone number for this case, because this could have been a 50-year-old man sitting behind his computer. I run the number through. It comes up as an unregistered landline. So I'm like, oh, okay. So this isn't a fake person texting me from a fake app. So then I hit this person with a, why can't I find you on social media? Because I had their last name. I was like, why aren't you on social media? They're like, oh, I had an internship, so I had to delete all my social media. So I'm like, okay, I'm being catfished right now. So I end it. I'm like, fuck you, you're a catfish. I block it, report the account, whole 9 yards. The other day, I went back to my bank account, and I'm just looking through some charges because I noticed, like, so much is coming out every month. For the last 8 months, I have been paying $30 a month to Been Verified on a premium subscription that I didn't even know I signed up for. When I signed up because of the catfish, I thought I was getting a $1 a month subscription. Turns out that was just a 7-day free trial. For 8 months, hundreds of dollars have come out of my account based on this fucking catfish. So I had to cancel that subscription, and the catfish cost me $240.
Oh,
That's a fucking high five,
That was a
baby.
good one.
Nice,
That had a
Colucci.
lot
That
of-
was it.
Didn't leave me hanging
actually,
that
that was
time.
good.
Nice.
I love, like, that's the thing is you could do your own stories. It just can't be the same, I'm running away from the police because my ID got taken.
And in the black box, and oh my God.
Yeah. Wow, that was pretty funny. I like that one.
Yeah,
That's
also kind of a sad story because I was
you
really
might be able to
excited
get
about
that
going on a
back.
date.
You might be able to get you can apply. So I did that for an app I just got, and it was not what I expected. You can apply for a refund.
8 months of paying for
Yeah,
it.
yeah, you can apply for a refund for all of it.
Because I haven't used it.
Yeah, you can
Like,
literally.
they can go see how many reports I've
right,
run.
that's my point. They
I
can
haven't
pull
used
data.
it.
You can literally get a
Maybe
refund.
I should try to do that.
Send the
I don't know.
catfish an invoice.
Yeah. with a dress sock picture.
That's not the first sock.
You should be like, Colucci, you should
No,
just
it's
be
the
like,
same story. It's the same story I told
it
you.
is. Oh,
But just 8 months later,
but it was,
8 months
Oh,
later,
wait a
it came
minute.
back and bit me in the ass.
Colucci, just sell her them the picture of your feet for $240.
I might have to. I deleted the number, blocked the number. I blocked everything.
You could probably find it again on Hinge,
I might
right?
find it.
No, I reported the account for catfishing.
Yeah, they probably got taken down immediately.
Yeah, I had to, dude. I was because they're probably using some poor girl's pictures because the account looked so real.
Wow.
And it just wasn't.
That's
We
crazy.
should find the real girl and have her on the podcast.
I would feel really. I feel really bad for girls like
No, I
that
know,
because
that
that happens a
stinks.
lot. People like screen grab pictures off of Hinge and they make these fake profiles like that
Right.
for catfishing. I wonder if they showed up for the date though, because we had a time, a place, everything set
Wow.
up. I never
Just some
went.
78-year-old guy named Mel sitting there eating beans and rice. Fucking Mel. Fuck that guy.
Beans and rice.
has dress socks on with sandals. Probably.
That's an electric fucking. I like that
tough
you
story.
paired beans and rice with the old man. That worked well there.
Off the top.
Off the top, I like.
All right, so that's gonna wrap up the comedy section. I'm glad with how I did there.
That was a good one.
Behind OMADA, like we said earlier, we're going up to Fox Run Golf Course in Ludlow, Vermont next week. We're really excited about that. I have a little solo vacation this weekend. I'm going to a wedding. I rented a solo Airbnb. It's actually a shared apartment, but I have my own private entrance and stuff, so I'm really excited about that. I will have some stories to tell from the wedding on next week's podcast. Other than that, Josh came in today with a lot of energy, telling us about some really cool stuff we're going to be doing at OMADA Golf, so vibes are high around the office. Nikki Shank is still not wearing suit and ties, so
Not coming up with his own jokes either. He's fucking
Yeah.
robbing.
I hate that kid. He stinks.
Next episode, if we do this again, you better come in with a real story. That's like.
I'm out here making memories. So me and my laptop at night, sitting on my bed, looking at car gurus.
Yep.
Will, you got anything?
No. I mean, just looking forward to the Fox Run trip.
Yeah,
it'd be a
Fox
good
Run
time.
trip's going to be a lot of fun for us as a team. Stay tuned for clips from that on the T-Box Talk Pod Instagram, T-Box Talk Pod TikTok. Follow OMADA Golf on Instagram, on TikTok, on Facebook, if you're into that type of stuff. Check out the OMADA Golf YouTube for full video podcasts, as well as some other great content. Get on our email list for some exciting product news coming out very shortly. And just follow along. The full vlog for the Fox Run trip should be a pretty fun watch.
I think it's gonna be like "Fuck That's Delicious," but golf edition.
Yeah.
You know,
It's gonna be fun.
we're so raw and uncut. So
Yeah.
I think that's gonna be a really, really fun video. And if you're watching it, you know, there's gonna be oh my god, from a behind the scenes perspective, we were actually thinking. And would be great to get feedback from anybody listening to this. Just while we're doing it here, is like we were really conceptualizing. Starting a sort of a whole event process for our business and for our community. And if you have any opinions or any thoughts on, kind of formats or things you'd like to see event-wise out of us, please reach out to us at T-Box Talk Instagram or OMADA Golf Instagram, either or. Let us know. You know, we love hearing from everybody, and honestly, like we are the compilation of every opinion and every sort of community member that we have, and we want to make something that you guys like and that you want to listen to and watch and have fun with, and also now partake in physically.
Yeah, it's gonna be really cool stuff coming up very shortly. So thank you so much for listening to episode 15 of T-Box Talk. Please give us some feedback. Give a 5-star rating, subscribe, download the whole 9. Tell your friends, tell your family. It means the world to us. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day and peace out.
See you.